let's be real for a second. If you've ever squinted at the tiny, tiny print on a prescription bottle, you know that frustration. It feels a little risky, right? Well, what if I told you there's a super simple 20-second fix to solve this problem for good? Let's get right into it.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. You're holding the bottle way out, then way in, trying to catch the light just right. Is that a 1 or a 7? It's a game nobody wants to play. But believe it or not, this is a frustration you can solve with just a few specific words.
And we need to be clear about this. This is way more than just an annoyance. I mean, misreading a dosage or getting the timing wrong because the print is just too small, that's a genuine health risk. The good news is there is a permanent solution, and we're going to walk through it right now.
So what's the secret here? It's actually not about arguing with the pharmacy or demanding better service. Nope. It's about using the exact 20-second script that speaks the pharmacy's own language. You know, a language that's really designed for their computer systems.
See, you can ask for a bigger print, and yeah, you might get a polite, temporary fix for that one bottle. But asking the right way literally flips a switch in their system. It's the huge difference between getting a one-time favor and creating a permanent setting on your account.
And here it is. This is the exact phrase. I would seriously recommend pausing to screenshot this or just jot it down. Every single word in this sentence is deliberately chosen to trigger the right action in the pharmacy software.
So why is this so effective? Well, let's break it down. First, you're using their official term, large print. That's a specific setting. Second, you're asking for a profile level change, which tells them to make it permanent for everything. And third, you're specifying both the bottle and the paperwork, closing a really common loophole.
Okay, so after you say the script, you're not done yet. You immediately follow up with this question. This little sentence right here is what separates a vague promise from an actual save setting. It politely makes the pharmacy staff double-check that your request was actually saved in the system correctly. And this is the key phrase you're going for. Default preference. That is the magic term. See, a one-time reprint fixes today's bottle, but making it a default preference fixes every single bottle from now on.
All right, but what if they say they can't do it? First, don't get discouraged and don't argue. A lot of the time, we can't do that is just code for, I personally don't know how to do that. So instead of arguing, you just reroute the conversation. Try asking, is there an accessibility setting? And then, who's the best person to help me with that? That almost always gets you to the lead tech or pharmacist who knows exactly which button to press.
Okay, so you did it. You successfully set your preference. Awesome. But now, we need to make sure it doesn't just mysteriously disappear. This next part is all about avoiding that super frustrating moment when your next refill comes back in tiny print again.
It's a really common and, frankly, annoying problem. You know you did everything right, and yet, here we are, the tiny font is back. Look, it's not your fault, and it's usually not even the pharmacy's fault. It's almost always just a weird system quirk. And the reason is usually one of these three things. Stuff like transferring a prescription to a different pharmacy, or your doctor issuing a totally new prescription number, or even just switching to mail order. Any of these can create a fresh entry in the system. And when that happens, your saved preferences don't always carry over. The setting just gets accidentally reset to the default.
So here's the easy-peasy prevention strategy. Anytime one of those reset triggers happens, a transfer, a new RX, just use this quick proactive line. It takes maybe 5 seconds, and it will save you the massive headache of having to fix this problem all over again.
All right, let's quickly talk about a few really common mistakes that can accidentally sabotage your efforts. I mean, these are super easy traps to fall into, but once you see what they are, they're even easier to avoid.
This right here is the big one. Bigger letters is a vague human request, but large print labels is a specific command that actually matches a setting in their software. Speaking the system's language is always going to be the fastest way to get the result you want.
Just think about your goal, right? If you just want to fix this single bottle that's in your hand right now, asking for a reprint is totally fine. But if your goal is to solve this problem for good, you have to target your profile by using that key phrase, default preference.
Oh, and here's a little detail that's so easy to miss, especially with mail-order prescriptions. The bottle might be perfectly readable, but then the detailed instructions on the paper insert are still microscopic. You always want to specify that you need large print on both the bottle and the paperwork to get total clarity.
Okay, we've covered the script, the follow-up questions, the common mistakes. Let's just condense all of that into a simple 2-minute action plan you can literally use today.
It all comes down to this super simple 3-step process. Number 1, use the script. Number 2, lock it in with that confirmation question.
And number 3, just set a quick reminder to double-check on your next refill. That's it. That's the entire game plan.
Let's just look at that key phrase one last time, because it is that important. This is the single biggest takeaway. Put this in the Notes app on your phone. Read it verbatim if you have to. Being this specific is exactly what gets you results.
And honestly, that's all it takes. One quick phone call or a brief chat the next time you're at the pharmacy counter. You now have the exact language and the exact strategy to fix this for good. You are totally ready to make that call.